Welcome to CyberDestek. CyberDestek is one-point solution for all your remote IT requirements. We provide remote IT services and support for IT health checks, disaster recovery, cloud and virtualization, automation, network infrastructure with security and much more. Contact us at info@cyberdestek.com.
Hi friends, welcome back to yet another video of Fortigate firewall. So friends, in this video we are going to see about authentication. Well, Fortigate provides you two types of authentication. One is active authentication and second is passive authentication. Basically, in this video we are going to see about active authentication. In active authentication, the users, when he tried to access the resources which is going through the firewall, the users are prompted to a web page in which they have to input their username and password to access that particular resources. In passive authentication, the user are not prompted to any such authentication web portal, right? So for active authentication we can use the local credentials or the LDAP. So in this video we are going to see the LDAP authentication. So first we will go to our root vDOM, that is our main firewall. What we are going to do first, we are going to create users, right, on our firewall, and we are going to create user based on our LDAP. We will click on user and device. Either we can create a specific individual users, either we can create groups which already has users in our Active Directory. Here we will going to create some user groups. We will click on create new. For active authentication we will select the type as firewall. We also have Fortinet single sign-on. We can also use radius. So the type would be firewall, and we are not going to select the members because we are going to add directly groups from our Active Directory. So we will click on add under the remote groups, and the remote server would be our LDAP that we added in the last video, and then you can see all the list of users which are present in our LDAP. We'll click here down, and we have created a container called LAN users, and we have created some groups like sales and marketing and HR. So we are going to add sales group. So we are going to click on sales group, just right click and add to selected, right, and we can click on OK. Once we do that, you can see the sales group is added, right? So we can name this as sales. We can click on OK, and then the sales group is created, right? The type is firewall, and automatically the group which is created in Active Directory is created now. We'll create another group. This time it will be marketing. Click on add. Do the same thing as we did. Select our LDAP server. Go to our container LAN users. And here we have a group of marketing users. We'll just right click and add to selected. Once we do this, it automatically gets selected here, and we can click on OK and click on OK again. So now we have two groups. So now we have our two Active Directory groups which are created on the firewall as well. Now we will go to policy and objects, IPv4 policy, and now I just deleted the internet policy because now we are going to create a policy, internet policy, including the group, so that the Fortigate firewall can authenticate them. And in this way you can also use different kind of web filtering policies, application filtering policies for filtering based on the user identity, right? But just to keep this simple, I am just going to show you how the active authentication happens. So I'll just going to create this policy for sales and say internet. Incoming interface would be LAN, outgoing interface would be WAN. The source would be our LAN subnet, plus here in the user we will select the sales group that we just created, right? The destination would be all, services would be all, and except NAT will enable the antivirus. So you can enable all these security profiles specifically if you want to filter, you want to give access to, you want to give full access to some users group, or you want to restrict some of the users group. So you can definitely create custom web filtering profiles, DN application profile, and use them here, right? Click on all sessions, click on OK. Now we created an internet policy which is just for sales user, right? We'll create another one for marketing, internet, LAN. The outgoing would be WAN, source would be our LAN subnet, and from here we'll select the marketing group that we created. Destination would be all services would be all, and yeah. Okay, this is one of the users, Steve. His full name happens to be Steve Rogers, and this user belongs to the sales group, right? So let's log in to the computer and let's see what prompt we get when we try to access the internet. Oh great, this guy takes his name very seriously. We'll click on open the browser, try to log on to internet. Let's say we'll use google.com. okay, so as you can see now we are getting a prompt to enter a username and password. This is the example of active authentication, right? So we are going to input our Active Directory credentials here, the password, and we'll click on continue. Once we input our username and password, it gives us the internet access. So in this way you can configure the active authentication using LDAP on Fortigate firewall. I hope this video has been informative to you. So I'll see you in the next video. Until then, thank you for watching.